Well, good morning, everybody. It is hump day. How was your Halloween? Did you freeze to death? Did anybody dress up? If you saw the members tab, you saw my get up. Seems that we're the only ones that are in on the joke. Who did I miss in the pre-party? CNY Kylie, hello. I saw True Crime Beat. Nana Banana made it. Our friend Connie, she said she got snow. Good morning, just me. Hello, Angel. Coco's in here. Hello, preschool granny. Peach State Mama. She shared her Halloween photos with it. Adorable. She's gorgeous. Well, let's get this started right. I'm going to complain about the weather first, okay? Because I am not ready for cold yet, okay? And with these extreme fluctuations in the weather, everyone's going to be sick. You see, this morning, it was 28 degrees here. This weekend, it's going to be 75 and 77. That's how you get sick. It's going to be all over the place. It's absolutely crazy. Woo, what to do? We were talking about it in the members live yesterday. If you missed it, go back and catch it because it was a blast. Hey, Tiff, what you doing, girlfriend? We said, with Halloween, it's hit or miss. It's either so cold you don't see the costumes, or it's so hot the kids can't keep them on. Absolutely crazy. And for those that want to be members, turn your gifts on, allow your gifts, because we do have a lot of very generous people around here that gift memberships quite often. And if you don't want to allow gifts, then I'll put the link up and you can become a member because we would love to have you. So let's do it upright. We know what today is.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woohoo! It's hump day. That never gets old. Crafty one said, I'm a member, but it's not coming up. I don't know how that happens. I don't know. Fine Art on Fire was having that problem. Well, Canvas and Connie are making it rain. Ooh, before we get to the show, let's get our umbrellas. So glad you guys are here, and to the new members, welcome to the family. Now, for those of you that are familiar with this case, her name is Alexis Avila, not to be confused with Alexi Treviso. We've talked a lot about her on this channel because before there was Alexi that put her baby in the trash can at the hospital, there was Alexis who had her baby and put him in the dumpster, wrapped in trash bags. By the grace of God, there were some people out there dumpster diving and found him alive. He was in that dumpster 5-6 hours. And also by the grace of God, the store owner where she threw her son away, the dumpster, he had cameras. Now, the jury got it right. They found her guilty of attempted murder. But now she's doing an appeal. But instead of sitting her ass in the clink awaiting her appeal, they let her out. They let her out. New Mexico mother found guilty of throwing baby in dumpster, released from prison pending her appeals court case. I'm so sick of this crap. Let me tell you. And the boyfriends aren't off the hook either. As long as these women, and yes, they are women, get a slap on the wrist, this is going to continue. Different circumstance because he was 2 years old. But as you know, Leilani Simon in Savannah, Georgia, after murdering Quentin, allegedly, she put him in the dumpster, allegedly. This is crazy. Okay, security video shows the moment when 18-year-old Alexis Avila pulled up in a white car, opened the back passenger door, grabbed a black bag, and tossed it into the dumpster and then left. 19-year-old Alexis Avila, found guilty of throwing a newborn baby in a dumpster, has been released from prison by the order of the New Mexico State Court of Appeals. In April, she was found guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder and abuse of a child resulting in great bodily harm in the Fifth Judicial Court in Lovington. In January of 2020, she was seen on video throwing a black trash bag containing her newborn son into a dumpster behind the mall in Hobbs. She was sentenced to 16 years with 2 years time served, which she didn't serve that, but okay. 16 years. That is more than a good deal there, Alexis. More than a good deal. You can't get past what you did. You put your son in a dumpster. Let's get back to the beginning of it, and you guys be the judge. Should she be out awaiting her appeal? Hey, Messy Jessie, how are you? Hey, YouTuber. Yep, she's not too far from Alexi Treviso. Nope. Now, this is from shortly after she was arrested in 2020.
An 18-year-old new mother is out free tonight after she dumped her baby in a dumpster over the weekend, leaving him for dead. This is Alexis Avila. A court is expected to officially charge her with either attempted murder or child abuse later this week. Police say if it were not for a surveillance video and Good Samaritans, the baby very likely would not have survived. Jonathan Palazzo traveled to Hobbs, New Mexico today and met the man who helped rescue the baby and ultimately helped lead to the arrest of Avila. Jonathan.
Good evening, Tatum.
Is this not a gruesome sight? He's standing outside of the waste management dumpsters. I'm really surprised that waste management hasn't changed their protocol and drastically raised their dumpster prices considering what is going on. These women, we know that they're teaching stuff in school they shouldn't be teaching, okay? And you can't quite hone it home at home because they're at school more than they're at home. Sorry, but that's the truth. You can do your best. Why don't they have a class that says, hey, if a baby comes out of you, take it to the fire station?
Absolutely terrible situation all around here in Hobbs, New Mexico. The unthinkable new mom, Alexis Avila. She threw her newborn baby child into one of these dumpsters that you can see here behind me. We're behind the store that's called Rig Outfitters here in Hobbs, New Mexico. And everything that happened out here was caught on surveillance video. Now, Alexis Avila, she was arrested but spent roughly an hour in jail only. And she was let out on bond. Now, Avila.
A friggin' hour. An hour in jail. Sounds much like Alexi Treviso. And they both were caught red-damn-handed tossing their baby, who was alive, in full term, away like Tuesday's trash.
Is still out of jail tonight. Her first court appearance date is set for this Wednesday.
Can't speak for everyone else here, sir, but I never have. I spent my entire career in law enforcement. I've never seen a situation like this or encountered a situation like this.
Total disbelief. A mother tosses her newborn child into a dumpster.
I'm still.
Look at that. It's like she's throwing away a pizza box. Look at her.
Situation like this or encountered a situation like this.
Total disbelief. A mother tosses her newborn child into a dumpster.
I mean, didn't even gently place him down, as if that would make it any better. You would think she's throwing away a bunch of Pepsi cans or something. This is nuts.
I'm still flabbergasted, even after all this has happened and the girl is walking free. The baby spent more time in the dumpster than this girl spent in jail.
Mic drop. Mic drop. He is so right. The baby spent more time in the dumpster than she did in jail. And you know, after all of this, she actually had the balls of a burglar to want to visit her son.
Still flabbergasted, even after all this has happened and the girl is walking free. The baby spent more time in the dumpster than this girl spent in jail.
Joe Embrial owns Rig Outfitters. His cameras caught Avila on camera. It's been just 3 days, and he's still coming to terms with the heartbreaking find. It's hard to talk about.
Something told me, I turned around, I said, please do not tell me it was a baby. And she grabbed my shoulder, and that's when I broke down crying. And she says, the baby's alive, but yes, that's what we are looking for. And 2 of the officers had to walk away because when we said that verbally and it hit them.
The baby, less than 24 hours old, was wrapped in 2 garbage bags filled with other trash. Officers say the little baby boy is lucky to be alive. He's in stable condition at a Lubbock hospital tonight.
God intervened in this. This is the hand of God protecting that baby for 5.5 hours because the cop said this baby shouldn't have survived. I mean, being wrapped up in a bag, it probably should have suffocated.
Joe says it was a nudge from a higher power that pushed him to install the cameras in the first place.
I said that on day one. He knows me for many years. He says, I remember you saying that, Joe. You put your cameras out there to protect the public. And thank God I did, because they told me, had I not had the cameras, they would have never found this girl.
The question tonight, why? Why would a mother leave her child? Why did she feel that was her only choice? All questions that will play out in court. Avila faces her first pre-trial detention hearing this upcoming Wednesday. And one other thing to note is that the Hobbs Police Department and the Hobbs Fire Department are designated as safe haven sites for infants. And they're just about a mile away, just roughly 4 minutes from where Avila dumped her child just a few days ago. Reporting in Hobbs, Jonathan Polasic, News West 9.
Another mic drop. 4 minutes away from the dumpster where she threw her son, tossed him in there, jumped in the car, and got away like a thief in the night. 4 minutes away, she could have handed the baby over and avoided all of this. We're seeing too much of this. In Houston, there was another woman that had a baby, took it into, she might have had the baby in the gas station bathroom or before. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Put the baby in the trash can at the gas station. Now, what the hell is going on? We know oopsies happen. Half of us are here because of oopsies. But we didn't wind up in dumpsters. That's insane. So before she got her house arrest, this is what the judge said to her. Mind you, this is years ago.
Heard a little, "Meh," and I yanked that bag open, and I said, "Oh my freaking God, it's a baby."
That's one of the dumpster divers that was going through the trash and realized they had come across a baby.
She instead throws that baby into a trash can. Your Honor, we cannot violate the statute, the law, the procedures. We might as well wrap up Ms. Alexis Avila in the bag and put her in the dumpster as well.
A New Mexico judge ruling Alexis Avila is not a danger to society.
Now, hang on. I don't know what attorney this is. It says we might as well wrap her in a trash bag and put her in a dumpster. I'm actually all for that.
Your Honor, we cannot violate the statute, the law, the procedures.
Oh, she's advocating for her. I apologize. We can't violate her constitutional rights, is what she's saying.
We might as well wrap up Ms. Alexis Avila in the bag and put her in the dumpster as well.
A New Mexico judge ruling Alexis Avila is not a danger to society and is now under house arrest until her arraignment hearing. And this was the scene.
Well, at least she got house arrest. Alexi is footloose and fancy free. Nature lover, thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. Welcome to the family.
Outside the courtroom following the judge's ruling, it did not sit well with.
Look at the community members. That goes to show you these judges don't give a crap about the people in their community. They're furious. Look at them.
Community members who stood outside, you see right there, with signs protesting as Avila is able to go home tonight. Hi there, I'm Lauren Motter. Brian has the evening off. Avila, a senior in high school, is accused of giving birth to her baby boy, putting him in 2 trash bags, then throwing him away. Our Ryan Chandler has been following this case since the beginning and joins us with a look at what happened today in the courtroom.
Well, Lauren, today we heard testimony from witnesses and from law enforcement in support of the state's argument that Avila should be held in jail until trial. And we learned more about the night that this baby boy was found. Officers telling us after spending almost 6 hours in a dumpster, the boy's body temperature was so low it wouldn't register on a thermometer.
He almost died. And Wist, you're exactly right. If we do not uphold everyone's constitutional rights, none of us will have any. You're 100% right. 100% right. It is just my opinion that her constitutional rights would not have been violated by having to sit and await trial. But that's just me. Indie Girl said, what about future children? She shouldn't be allowed. Well, you know my take on that. One strike, you're out when it comes to children. We talk often about Candace Wells. After her 2 children were taken from her in Wisconsin after abuse, she should have gone straight to a hospital and had those tubes tied. You're done, girlfriend. You had your shot. That's it.
We learned he had to have a blood transfusion, oxygen, and a feeding tube. That baby is now in stable condition at Covenant Children's here in Lubbock. But in Lovington today, the judge stopping short of detaining Avila, although he was far from sympathetic.
The events for any human being are truly repulsive. No one can condone the callous activity.
The judge not mincing words.
Repulsive? Callous?
As he handed down restrictions on Alexis Avila for abandoning her newborn in a dumpster.
And I'm going to make them strict as can be. And if you violate any of them, I'll put you in jail till trial.
Receiving house arrest, an ankle monitor, and mandatory counseling, and prohibited from using social media or contacting any men outside her home, including her newborn boy.
She left that baby to simply die. With no care at all. If it had not been for individuals who went looking to
She can't get her groove on, is what he told her. You are to have no contact with any men, including your son, who is on a feeding tube, oxygen, and had a blood transfusion because you put him in a dumpster.
the dumpsters, we would very likely be here on a different charge.
The state asking she be detained until trial, arguing she presents a farther danger to the public with witness statements from the dumpster divers and from law enforcement.
At no point did she name the baby and refer to it as the entire time.
As it. Now, we remember with Alexis Treviso, she said it wasn't crying. Even her mother said, what happened to it? Same with Alexis. She just kept referring to her son as an it.
It? Yes, sir.
So she didn't refer to him as a him or a he?
No, sir.
The defense arguing she is receiving treatment and is still finishing high school and no longer presents a danger to the public.
Your Honor, we cannot violate the statute, the law, the procedures because of what is going on in our community, the outrage, the severity of the case solely. Because effectively, we might as well wrap up Miss Alexis Avila in a bag and put her in the dumpster as well.
Before making his ruling, the judge saying the evidence against Avila is overwhelming, adding seldom do you see the events of the alleged crime on video, along with a confession.
Mark my words. If sometime next summer you decide you're going to go somewhere outside that house, you'll be in jail.
If you decide next summer you're going to go somewhere outside of that house, you're going to be in jail. Do you understand me? He said.
Do you understand me?
And now Avila awaits trial for charges of attempted murder and child abuse, but the state still has to schedule a preliminary hearing to decide which charge they will pursue. Of course, we'll keep you updated as soon as we learn the next time Avila will see a courtroom.
Okay, so we already went through that song and dance when they let her have house arrest. Well, she's not in jail, and now she's out again after being found guilty by a jury of her peers, sentenced to 16 years, which is, that's a gift. That's a gift right there, Alexis. But now she's out again, waiting on her appeal. Woo! My heart's about to jump out of my chest. It makes me so mad. But I see it's raining in here, thanks to Joy Cowley. Thank you, Joy. This is just nuts. YouTuber said, how long did she serve? Well, she was on house arrest and she was convicted in April. She's out now, so roughly 6 months. 6 months. I'm sick of it. This is crazy. I don't know if this appellate judge, if he's appointed or elected. That would be interesting to know if you live in New Mexico. Okay, this is from when they confront her, and we're going to go into more of this at the end.
Baby. You have a blanket?
We are seeing for the first time the police video the night a newborn was found in a Hobbs dumpster and how police quickly tracked the baby's mother down.
That's the vehicle involved? He wouldn't have made it overnight, that's for sure.
Good afternoon. Within hours of finding that surveillance video of a young woman throwing a trash bag with a baby inside a dumpster behind a mall, officers were interviewing 18-year-old Alexis Avila.
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared.
Friday night, early January.
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. That's an admission of guilt. Alexi said the same thing. She looked right at her mother and said, I didn't know what to do and I was scared.
January, a Hobbs police detective going in circles for half an hour, trying to get Alexis Avila to admit to what she did earlier that day and why she did it.
Obviously, I got confirmation that you were pregnant, okay? Right.
I found that out yesterday.
Avila, who just turned 18 2 weeks earlier.
And again, the old I didn't know I was pregnant. I just found out yesterday. What was the first clue? Would it be the live baby boy that came out of your womb? Nothing else told you that your body was changing? What about Mr. Boyfriend? You can't tell me you two haven't been intimate. Why don't these boyfriends get a hold of their mama and say, listen, we're ill-equipped? Because my understanding is Mr. Boyfriend's mama is raising the baby now.
Insists again and again she didn't know she was pregnant until the day before.
Okay.
Just thought I was gaining weight. I was eating more. Nothing changed.
And claims she thought she was just having stomach problems and back pain from an old car crash.
I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic and they did a urine sample and they told me I was pregnant, and that's when I found out.
As the detective kept pressing for the truth.
Makes you wonder if Alexi Treviso didn't study this, or her mom. Because they were talking about how she has chronic back pain. So she went to the clinic for back pain, she thought from her old car wreck flare. And they told her she was pregnant. Well, right there, you knew you were pregnant. Right there, you knew. Let's just say for 9 months, she had no inkling that she had a baby growing inside of her. So she is told at the clinic for the quote unquote back pain. We know what that back pain is, ladies. But she still made this choice.
It's about how it all unfolded.
I'm sorry.
Avila got flustered, telling the detective her parents never knew she was pregnant. And when she woke up the next day, unexpectedly gave birth to the boy and wrapped him in a towel.
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared.
Okay. What did you do after?
I cleaned myself and I just left it where it was.
She says she thought about calling her mom at work.
I was so scared. I think she's gonna hate me just because I just turned 18. I haven't been 18 for a month, and I'm the baby.
So she.
I've only been 18 for a month and I'm the baby and she's gonna hate me? Do you think your family's last name being Mud now makes her happy? You think she's not a tad bit perturbed that you made this choice?
She put the boy in a trash bag along with the garbage in her VW Jetta and wrapped it up with a hair tie.
I just left and I drove around and I just put it to where I put it.
Did you place it there? Did you throw it there? What did you do?
What do you mean?
I mean, the
Like
trash.
in the trash, I just put it when I tossed it in there.
You wrap around a newborn inside a trash
In a
bag.
panic. I just turned 18.
Right,
It's
right.
not like I've been 18 forever.
6 hours after dumping the baby in the dumpster, people scavenging found the boy. Police watching surveillance video caught a glimpse of Avila's license plate and tracked her down.
Last I heard, the baby's okay. Okay. So
It took almost 20 minutes during the interview for Avila to even ask how the baby was doing, and then abruptly asked if she could still be the boy's mother.
If the baby's okay, I want it.
What the hell? If the baby's okay, I want it. She kept saying it. I don't even call OJ an it, and he's a cat.
Now, at one point in the interview, Avila did acknowledge that she did take 2 pregnancy tests back in August. One was positive, the other negative. She says she opted to believe the negative one. Avila is charged with attempted murder. The ex-boyfriend, baby's father, now has custody of the boy. He claims Avila told him that she had a miscarriage.
She knew. She knew because she told boyfriend she took 2 tests in August. This happened in January. I say this. The attempted murder happened in January. She opted to believe the negative pregnancy test and went about her life. Everyone probably knew she was pregnant. So then she tells him she miscarried. Now, I understand that he's roughly her age as well, but wouldn't you want some verification of that? All right, then we fast forward to the jury found her guilty. The jury found her guilty. A jury of her peers heard all the evidence, saw the tape, which, go figure, the defense wanted thrown out. Defense attorneys are pesky that way. They always want certain items of evidence that's going to convict their client thrown out. But the jury got to see it.
Good afternoon. A jury has found Alexis Avila guilty. She is the teen seen on video throwing her baby into a dumpster in Hobbs last year. Avila is facing a minimum of 12 years in prison. News 13's Ariana Kraft joins us now with details.
Alexis Avila's defense attorney was seen comforting her client in court as the jury confirmed their verdict with the judge.
Do you agree that your verdict was guilty of abuse of a child resulting in great bodily harm and guilty of attempt to commit first-degree murder?
All jurors confirmed the guilty verdict of child abuse resulting in great bodily harm and the alternate charge of attempt to commit first-degree murder after she was caught on surveillance video throwing her newborn into a Hobbs dumpster and leaving him there on January 7th, 2022. During the course of the trial, jurors listened to the people who rescued the baby from the trash, medical staff that treated the newborn after he was found, responding police officers, a clinical psychologist, the baby's father, and jurors even heard from Avila herself. The defense clung to Avila's diagnosis from a clinical psychologist that she had a mood disorder and tried convincing the jury that she did not intentionally hurt the baby.
A mood disorder. That's another one. That's another one they have in their deck. Always has to be some sort of mental illness, which, yes, we know happens, but it's no excuse for harming a baby.
While the state tried poking holes in Avila's claims that she had blacked out, prosecutor Diana Lush explained why she believes the jury came to this verdict.
That video said it all. It clearly caught her actions, it caught her expressions, and it's still difficult, I think, for people to watch that video when you think about the fact that that baby was inside that bag.
The defense team also tried to downplay the baby's injuries, stating a lot of newborns could have complications during birth.
Well, that's why you give birth in a hospital, Alexis. That's why you give birth in the hospital. When you realize something like that is happening to your body and you're about to give birth to a human being, you can call 911. They'll give you a ride to the hospital. But babies are going to have even further complications by being wrapped in plastic and put in a trash can. And this little boy is going to someday get on the internet. And he's going to find out that his mama threw him in a dumpster and that he survived. Now, imagine being his therapist. Imagine being his daddy. Imagine being his grandma, having to explain that to him.
Avila was released as she waits sentencing. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, thank you. Avila is facing a minimum of 12 years in prison, but could go as high as 18 years. Sentencing is scheduled for May 1st.
And the sentence was 18 years with 2 years served, I guess because of the house arrest. And so she was supposed to serve 16. And odds are, the way that the corrections department works, she would serve 85% of that. But now she's out awaiting her appeal. Yep. And there is no date yet set for the appeal. Suzanne, I love you too. Bonafide said these women are disturbing. Yep. Crime Story Diva said who has the baby now? The boyfriend and his mama. Disgusting. Disgusting. And the plot thickens. Seems that there was a lot of back and forth between her and the boyfriend. A lot. She had called 911 about an alleged assault.
The Hobbs teen accused of throwing her newborn in the dumpster called 911 months earlier, claiming her boyfriend at the time had assaulted her. That boyfriend is the same teen who she identifies as the baby's father.
Communication Authority, this is Paul speaking.
Hi, this is Alexis Avila. I'm calling for assault.
That's Alexis Avila making a 911 call on June 12, 2021. The 18-year-old is accused of throwing her newborn baby boy in a dumpster behind a mall last Friday.
Some would say, since they did have a relationship that was physical in more ways than one, if you know what I mean, this could have been the ultimate FU to him. What do you all think?
Father.
Communication Authority, this is Paul speaking.
Hi, this is Alexis Avila. I'm calling for assault.
That's Alexis Avila making a 911 call on June 12, 2021. The 18-year-old is accused of throwing her newborn baby boy in a dumpster behind a mall last Friday. She claims she didn't know she was pregnant until the day before. 7 months earlier, she was at Club La Sierra, where she claims her then 16-year-old boyfriend hit her. The couple then returned to Alexis's house, where Avila's mom also called 911.
Communication Authority, this is Erica. Hi, Erica. This is Martha, and I need a police officer at 8 on the...
Her mother's voice is shaky.
Well, my daughter was at a quince, and apparently her boyfriend hit her, punched her in the face, and her cousin and the boyfriend or friend or whatever got into a fight. And if he did punch her, then I want to press charges.
But then the call takes a quick turn when, according to her mother, Alexis loses control.
Hey, stop it! Hey! Who's yelling, ma'am? What is your problem, Alexis? Hurry up!
They're on the way, ma'am. What's going on? Who's fighting? Ma'am, who's saying get off of me?
Her brother is trying to control her, but she's just acting crazy.
Her brother is trying to control her, but she's just acting crazy. And then you hear another voice saying, I didn't do shit to you.
Soon you hear the boyfriend in the background being questioned about what happened at the club with Alexis's friend.
Okay.
Then he pulled up, I beat him, and he left. He got the dislocated finger.
Now, police noted on their report that that friend whose finger was allegedly broken was at the hospital. Hobbs police say once the officer arrived and obtained statements, no criminal charges were filed against anyone involved. Alexis told police after her arrest for dumping her baby that she and her boyfriend broke up around August. That would have been 2 months after this 911 call. We've learned the Hobbs.
Okay, so the call was in June. She said they broke up in August. She told the boyfriend that she miscarried. Then in January, she throws their son into the dumpster. I think we have this sewed up. Do we not? I think we have it figured out. Let's get to her interrogation. Now, if you thought you were mad before, get ready. Hang on, I have to sneeze. Well, I guess I don't have to sneeze. I hate when that happens.
So, obviously, you're 18 years of age. You know right from wrong, right?
Right.
Okay. So, you wrap around a newborn inside a trash
In a
bag.
panic. I just turned 18.
Right,
It's
right.
not like I've been 18 forever.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, if somebody were to wrap you inside a trash can and put a tie on it, and you're not able to move,
Well, the tie was broke. Like
Right.
I would be able to stick my hand in there.
what do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So what do you think would have happened? If you never notified law enforcement, you never called for EMS, you
I
never...
didn't, and I'm still in.
Watch her expressions and how she's like giddy and trying to act like a child. She keeps going through this, I just turned 18. Well, you're an adult. You're an adult. And call me crazy, but if you're adult enough to have sex, then you're adult enough to face the consequences, whatever that choice may be. But the choice cannot be giving birth and putting the baby in the trash, in the dumpster. He's like, you know right from wrong. You could have called for EMS.
What exactly, what do you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
You don't know what would have happened.
Well, I mean, obviously I know, but
Mhm.
and I'm in a panic. There's a baby in front of me.
Okay. You never notified your mom?
Never.
No, you never notified anybody?
Nobody.
Okay, so it's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did. If I'm,
What do you mean?
It's not.
In a panic when I just turned 18?
Right. It still isn't, though. We're talking about a baby.
Well, I know what you mean, but like, I get what you mean.
This is 18-year-old Alexis Avila. She's currently being questioned for abandoning her newborn child inside of a dumpster during the blistering cold. What Alexis isn't aware of is the severity of her actions, as she unknowingly committed a capital felony, which is punishable of life in prison. Alexis also believes her age will obtain her leniency throughout the entire interrogation.
This is a great narrator. This is the channel GPB that has the full interrogation. I put their link in the chat and I will put it in the description.
Soon find out this is far from the case. On January 7th, 2022, Hobbs, New Mexico, police would respond to a frantic 911 call made from a group of individuals who claimed they had found a newborn baby inside of a dumpster, wrapped in a wet towel and placed inside of a black trash bag.
Hello, 911.
Yes, we just found a baby in the trash behind what is this? Damn, I can't think straight. The Hobbs, what is it called? Hey, seriously, where are we at? The mall, Hobbs Broadway. Behind. We're behind Hobbs Mall.
Okay, I'm showing you 1218 North
A
3rd.
baby. We had just found an infant child.
Is it breathing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The middle of the mall, behind the mall, the Hobbs Buffet.
Okay. Is it closed?
Thornton Ute.
Does the baby have any clothes on?
Yes, it is making noise.
Okay. Do you have a blanket?
It is a boy, and he is still alive, I believe. He looks pretty good.
Okay. Do you have a blanket or something you can wrap him in?
Huh?
Do you have a blanket or something you can wrap him in?
Yes, ma'am. He was in a blanket. He still got his umbilical cord, she said.
Have you covered him in a blanket?
He is in a blanket. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is he crying?
He's whimpering. He was not crying, actually.
Okay. Did you see anyone in the area?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else there with you?
Hold on. I'll let you talk to the man that has on the phone. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Did you find the baby?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, a little bit. He told you can hurry. The baby, we found a baby here. Let's move stuff. We're in Youth and Thorpe, right in the corner of Youth and Thorpe. It's behind the store right here. With the first cafeteria, we're in the back.
Behind the first cafeteria?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you find the baby?
Yes, ma'am. I was looking for some stuff in the dumpster, and we heard, we heard something. I didn't know it was a baby, so I thought it was a baby cat. And we dig in, and then we found the little baby.
Okay, can you tell me how he's doing right now? I need to know about the baby.
Okay, I see with my girl. He's in the truck.
He's in the truck with your girlfriend?
Yes.
What kind of truck?
It's a GMC Sierra.
What color?
I'm right here behind the first cafeteria.
Okay. Can you go? I need to know if the baby's breathing.
Yes, I do.
Okay, is he crying?
Okay, hurry up.
The officers and the medics are on the way, okay? Another dispatcher already has them on the way. My questions are just for them before they arrive.
Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me about the baby?
He's still got his umbilical cord. He's freezing cold, and he's barely, he's drained, he's very, very, very weak.
Okay. Do you have him wrapped in a blanket and the heater on?
I got him in my jacket.
If you listen very vaguely, you can hear him whimpering. You can hear him trying to cry.
I took that wet towel that was around him off of him. There are the cops. We got him.
Okay, you got the cops?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said he was wrapped in a towel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we heard something, and they said it was some dog.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go sing.
Oh my God, it's
okay?
a baby. Huh?
I'm gonna let you go sing. Speak to the officer.
Bye.
Bye.
Police arrived on scene less than 8 minutes later. where they were able to administrate the proper care and treatment the infant needed in order to make a full recovery.
Where's the baby?
Keep him warm. Keep him covered up. Keep him warm.
You know whose baby it is? Is it your baby?
No.
April, is it your baby?
No.
No, it's nothing.
We were dumpster diving. Okay.
Oh my God.
So who found him? Where? Me and him.
They heard him.
He heard it first, and
And I
we
opened
just
the
kind of.
bag and I
Yeah,
picked him
I
up.
said.
When we stumbled into the boxes, we heard that.
What'd you hear?
They left out. I thought it was a little kitten.
According to Dr. Thomas Bowman, the child seemed to be suffering from hypothermia, anemia, severe dehydration, and bradycardia. When questioning the group about their finding, the group stated they were dumpster diving before making their startling discovery.
And they said they kept hearing a whimpering noise. And then I said, let me see.
Obviously, she's a female, but I don't know if she's not acting, as if she was the one that threw him in here and stuff.
After briefly questioning the group's alibi, police would then acquire DNA samples of each individual for future analysis if needed. Uncertain how the infant ended up in the dumpster, police would request and obtain video surveillance footage from the Broadmoor Shopping Center Mall, where the footage revealed a possible suspect discarding a black trash bag into the same dumpster earlier that day.
That toss, turn away, and jump back in the car makes me livid. Think about the officer that was talking to her. And he said, he'd already seen the tape. And she's trying to act like she gently placed him. Like she didn't want to answer the question. She knew that she just threw him in there. Yep, then she gets the hell out of Dodge.
The woman in the surveillance footage was identified as 18-year-old Alexis Avila, a high school student and a part-time worker. Police would identify Alexis's vehicle and issue a search warrant at her residence. Alexis eventually agreed to speak with police on the matter, and she was taken into custody and questioned by the lead detective on the case, Daniel Perez. In the beginning of this interrogation, Alexis is seated in the corner of the room, a common tactic instructed by detectives in order to make a suspect feel entrapped, leaving them more inclined to cooperate. With Alexis, this is no exception. Before she is read her rights, the detective makes sure Alexis is fully cognitive, coherent, and able to proceed with the line of questions, granted that she had just given birth by herself earlier that day.
Thank you. Sorry.
No worries. All right, so my name's Daniel Fraser, okay? I'm Daniel Pez. I'm an investigator here with the Hobbs Police Department. All right, what is your name?
Alexis.
Alexis, what is your full name?
Alexis Avila.
Okay. What's your date of birth? So before I do ask you any questions, okay?
Is it just me because I'm pretty salty about this case? Or do you also get the feeling that she's crying for herself and not for her son? Getting caught must suck. Because you thought you were going to go home, heal up, Waste Management was going to get the dumpster, and that's it.
I do per policy and procedure, I read everybody the rights. It doesn't mean anything other than me making you aware of your rights and you understanding your rights. Does that make any sense? Okay. Do you need any medical attention though before we start? No? Are you okay? Okay. You know what day of the week it is and stuff?
Friday.
Today? Friday? Okay. All right. So there are bulletins. I'm going to read you each bulletin. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me at any point, okay? So, of course, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything at all. Anything you do say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that part? All right. Second bulletin.
Detective Perez now begins to read Alexis her rights. Since Alexis just turned 18, she is now required under New Mexico state law to be trialed and prosecuted as an adult. Alexis decides to waive her rights and agrees to speak with the detective on the matter. The interrogation commences with an empathic introduction that can be interpreted in two different ways.
You know, what else do I do?
If you wish to talk to me or not, if you can just initial yes or no. Okay.
You know, in these interrogations, which as we know, we've seen many of them over the years, they always give them every window to jump out of. You have the right to an attorney. You don't have to talk to us. Okay, well, I'm going to waive all that. I'm going to talk to you. They always think they can talk themselves out of everything. Always. And again, this channel did a great job breaking this down. It's called GBP. I'm going to put the link in here again.
All right, so I know there's a lot, okay, to talk about, and I just want to ask you, why you think you're here, or what led us to us being here. All right, obviously I do know information, and the last thing I want to do is, to start off on the wrong foot and for you to start, lying. So there's always two sides to the story. Obviously, I'm looking at a evidence standpoint, what we were called out to. I don't know what you're going through. If you're going through anything, we're all humans. Before me being a detective, I'm a father. I'm son and stuff like that. We're all human. It doesn't matter what rank we have or how old we are. All right, and that's why, I asked you to come out here and give me your side of the story.
And I'm so glad that this detective said that to her. Because we often forget or don't think about that these officers of the law, like he said, first and foremost, I'm a father. I'm a son. And you think about the multitude of people that have done everything they can to try to have a child and can't adopt for whatever reason. In vitro doesn't work. And then you see someone who throws their baby in the trash, in the dumpster.
Okay, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to question you. I'm not here to accuse you. I'm not here to, belittle you. That's not what I do. That's not my job. So my job is to investigate, and that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So if you can, I would kindly ask you just to tell me the truth, and we'll go from there, okay?
The detective states not only is he an officer of the law, but a son and a father. This single-handedly played a role in the outcome of this interrogation, as we will soon witness the detective begin to get frustrated with Alexis's answers.
So you want to tell me what's going on or what happened today or what led to this?
I mean, I can tell you, but I need you to ask because then I can't tell you because I don't.
Right. Okay. So, obviously I got confirmation that you were pregnant, okay? Right.
I found that out yesterday.
You found that out yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about that.
What do you like?
So how is it that you found out, or how?
Well, I've been having back pain like really bad, and I got in an accident September of 2020,
Okay.
or 2 years ago. And I just thought that's what it was. And I mean, the pain comes and goes, and so I didn't really think anything much of it. And it just kept hurting, and so my mom took me to the ER, and they just said that I had some kind of spray, and I don't even know what kind it was. And they just gave me medicine for it, and it wasn't helping.
Okay.
But I still didn't think anything much of it. I gave them my urine sample and see if for infection or anything. There was nothing, I guess, I don't know. And then I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic, and they did a urine sample, and they told me I was pregnant, and that's when I found out.
You said it was yesterday?
Yesterday.
And where did you go? What clinic? What hospital?
The one on Del Paso.
Del Paso? Okay. Which one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one under construction.
All right. Who took you?
Myself. My parents were at work.
Your parents were at work?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe your mom said that she had accompanied you, or she took you, or she went with you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
I went by myself.
All right.
Prior to this interrogation, the detective has already questioned close friends and family members, ready to confirm or disprove Alexis' alibi. The detective claims that Alexis had prior knowledge of her being pregnant and isn't as spontaneous as she proclaims. This specific part of the interrogation will serve as a pivotal moment during trial as the defense manages to disprove the authenticity of the detective's statement.
This information, you said you got it from somebody, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody else that told you that.
Correct.
Maybe a kid from school?
No.
No, not a kid from school?
No.
A family member of a kid from school?
No, it was an officer who had informed me of that information.
Where did the officer get that information from?
From the hospital staff member
Where did they get that information?
that same night.
Where did they get that information?
Who she spoke with, I do not know.
You do not know.
I don't.
You've never attempted to find out where that information came from?
After realizing, as you just stated, as to when she would have found out she was pregnant, it was not pertinent for me to follow that lead.
So you knew that information was wrong?
After I did the math, yes.
Okay.
Though the detective believes his information to be correct, he continues the interrogation and reminds Alexis to always stay truthful.
So, as I mentioned to you before anything, I like to speak, with the truth. Obviously, okay. I spoke to some people, and I know that back in March, is when you spoke to some people, and you told them that you were pregnant. So you had prior knowledge, right? So I'm not gonna.
Back in March.
Right.
Boom. Boom. You also told the boyfriend that you had miscarried. She'd already told people.
Somebody by the name of Walker. Do you know anybody, a friend of yours, a school friend of yours that I spoke with? And she's the one that told me that you knew that you were pregnant.
Walker.
And that you did not want the child.
Walker.
Mm-hmm. Her mom is a nurse at the hospital. She's a friend of yours. You don't know anybody by that name?
No.
Oh, quit acting dumb. She knows exactly who he's talking about. Look at her. It's not exactly like it's a big school. Even if she's not BFF with someone, she's going to know of them.
No?
Not a Walker.
Okay. Well, that's her mom's last name. But I spoke with her, and she's the one that told me, obviously, that you knew, had prior knowledge. All right. Like I said, if you got to be straightforward.
I don't know. I swear I don't know Walker.
Okay. So, anyway, explain to me as far as what happened today. How did your day start today?
The same as any other day. Well, for the past couple of days.
Okay.
I was in pain. I just thought I was, what is it called? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know there's a lot. I understand there's a lot going on.
Where you can't poop.
Okay. Constipation?
Yeah, I just thought that's what it was.
OMG. Just thought it was constipation, just couldn't poop. I swear Alexi Treviso and her mama have watched all this. I feel like this is Groundhog Day. I just thought I couldn't poop. Well, you said you had back pain from a car wreck. And again, she's out of jail after being found guilty by a jury of her peers. She's out awaiting her appeal.
Okay, so
Literally whole day, and I would go to sleep and then go back to the restroom, and go to sleep and go back to the restroom.
Mhm.
Just
Okay. So what time did your day start?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Okay. So you don't know what time you woke up, or are you working? Do you go to school?
I go to school, but I haven't been to school this week.
You haven't been
and
to
I
school?
didn't have work today.
Okay. Where are you working at?
Martinville.
Okay. So you haven't been going to school this whole week?
No.
No? Because you've been sick, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know what time you woke up. Obviously a lot happened, okay?
Right.
So I just
Yeah,
want
no,
to get
I
a time frame as
I
far as,
wouldn't be able to tell you.
okay. You don't know what time you wake up, but you
No.
woke up
Yeah, right.
at your parents' house where you live?
Yes.
What's your address? You woke up there, you live with your parents?
Right.
Okay. What did you do when you woke up?
I went to the restroom.
Okay.
I was in pain. I was up all night I was asleep, and I go to the restroom, and just all hours of the night, all day today.
Okay. So what happened after you started going to the restroom?
I just went back to sleep because I couldn't go.
Okay. And then after that, what did she do?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, obviously
It was repetitive, and then my dad went to the store and got me some pills. I don't even know what they were, but they were supposed to help me poop. And I took it and I went back to sleep, and I stayed asleep for I don't even know how long.
Okay.
And then I woke up and I just kept trying to use the restroom, and I'd go back to sleep, and it's just repetitive, sir.
And what happened after that?
What do you mean?
So obviously, I mean, you and I know what happened. I mean,
Well,
obviously-
yeah, but like I can't tell you if you like. I'm not a very good explanation.
Okay.
Alexis is reluctant of detailing the events that led to her decision, so the detective takes a more direct approach. When observing Alexis's behavior, Alexis also fails to display genuine remorse, which can also be attributed to a form of detachment from reality. Dr. Susan Cave, a clinical psychologist, would later testify upon further analysis. She was able to confidently diagnose Alexis with being moderately impaired for attention, as well as bipolar I disorder.
I gave her that test, and I found something that's very interesting, and I think it's key to understanding what happened here. And that is that she is moderately impaired for attention. Almost like a child with attention deficit disorder.
Dr. K,
Yes.
you need to answer the question that's asked. And I think you've already answered it. You may ask your next question. So,
So obviously you gave birth to a child.
Oh, shut the front door. Shut the front door. Almost like a child with attention deficit disorder. Bipolar I. And yes, these things happen. Yes, they do. But you're not going to convince me that these two disorders forced her to put the baby in the dumpster. You might as well have put Dr. Lewis on the stand.
I'm trying to find out where it happened, how it happened, or what led to that and stuff like that.
I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I went to the restroom, and I was just trying, and then it came out, and I thought it was poop, and then it.
Okay. So you were where? And you're at your house?
Yeah, I was like.
Okay. When the baby came out, she thought it was poop. Are you kidding me? That's little Saul. That's the baby. No way did she think this was poop. No way did she think it was poop. The poop excuse has got to stop.
By myself.
By yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not normal, right?
Right.
Okay, what happened after that?
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared.
Okay. What did you do after?
I cleaned myself and I just left it where it was, and I was scared, and I was trying to call my mom, but I couldn't because I was so scared. I think she's gonna hate me.
Okay. What made you think that?
Just because I just turned 18. I haven't been 18 for a month. And I'm the baby.
Right. I understand that's a lot to take, okay, and that's why I'm here, getting your side of the story. You're home alone, or who was
No, I was by myself.
You were by yourself? Okay.
Yeah, she was home by herself. Perfect opportunity to cover it up. She told a friend in March she was pregnant, didn't want the baby. She told boyfriend that she miscarried. There she is with boyfriend right there. But she thought it was poop.
Yeah, and this happened where? In the restroom? Your restroom? You guys have separate restrooms? Yeah.
No, there's one restroom.
There's one restroom. Okay. What did you do after the fact?
What do you
Or what happened? I mean, obviously.
Like I was just cleaning. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And I just wrapped it in a towel.
Okay. Did you ever thought of contacting, an ambulance, a fire department, go out there and check you out?
I didn't do that. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, scared of what exactly?
The baby.
Didn't know what to do. You thought it was poop. You flush poop. You don't put poop in the dumpster. You flush it down the toilet. Okay? The towel was still wet when the dumpster divers, and God bless them, I agree with, I can't remember who said it in here. Good morning, hey Jude. There's the dumpster divers. This is one of the reasons I don't have any problems with dumpster diving. Okay? She was scared of what was going to happen to her. That was it.
It was in nowhere.
Right. But you're telling me that you knew yesterday, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know how, and I didn't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, but I didn't know it was coming today.
Right.
Alexis now admits to knowing, but didn't know it was coming today. This would serve as a quite controversial moment during trial, as the real question remained: did Alexis discard her newborn spontaneously as she proclaims? Or did she deliberately plan and premeditate her actions to get rid of her own child?
Let's discuss that. Did she, now mind you, she's talking like a baby, but when she was on the stand, she didn't sound so babyish. She's trying to pull at his heartstrings, but he has seen her baby. He has seen the baby. So did she already have this plan in place? Or was it spontaneous? Did she panic? I have a feeling she had it all mapped out because I believe the evidence.
So it was unexpected.
Right.
You weren't expecting it to happen.
No.
Did you contact anybody?
No.
Okay, you said you didn't contact your mom?
No, I tried, but I couldn't. I was scared.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's a difference between being scared. I mean, I understand.
You call your mom to bring home pizza. You call your mom to tell her when you're out of Dr. Pepper. But you don't call your mom to say, I thought I pooped, but it's a baby? Your mom was on the 911 call when you called about boyfriend getting into the fight at the quinceanera.
When you're young, you don't know, obviously, but if both you and I know that, I mean, pregnancies, they're pretty obvious. Your stomach starts growing, you got several different symptoms and stuff like that. Right.
I didn't have nothing. I just thought I was gaining weight. I was eating more. Nothing changed.
Mm-hmm. So you're in the restroom, you give birth, you wrap it into a towel. What is that? Your towel? What color towel?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay, so what was your next act? What else did you do after that?
I just left and I drove around and I just put it to where I put it.
Okay, where are we talking about? Put it where? I mean, obviously I know where you went and you didn't put.
Right, like I had the trash bag in the car.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, the car is messy.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it.
So.
And then I put it in the bag. I took it to the car. When I was in the car, I had 2 trash bags. I took one with me, which is the one that I had, and then I put it again, and then I drove around and I didn't know what to do, and I just put it in there.
Okay. Where did you go?
What do you mean?
Where did you drive to?
JCPenney's. I was in that area. I live in that area.
Mm-hmm. So where did you throw the garbage bag?
In the trash.
In the trash? Okay, did you lock it up, seal it up?
With the hair tie.
I'm sorry?
With the hair tie.
The hair tie?
But I don't even think it stuck because it was broke.
Okay. So
We're on the verge of.
No, girlfriend. No. I don't think it even stuck because it was broke. Talking about the hair tie. So she just grabs a hair tie, 2 trash bags, puts her live newborn son in there, and she's saying, but I didn't think it stuck because the hair tie was broke. He's in 2 plastic bags. Home skillet. He's in 2.
Breaking.
Okay, were you by yourself in the car?
I was by myself the whole time.
Okay. You never notified anybody?
No.
Okay. So you grabbed your hair tie and just wrapped it around the bag?
Yeah.
Both bags? Or?
No, just, well, I guess, yeah.
What color was the bag?
Black.
The black bag. So you put the hair tie around the black bag? All right. So.
I don't even think it stayed, to be honest. Like I said, it was broke. Like it was on the verge of breaking.
Right. Did you place it there? Did you throw it there? What did you do?
Does it matter about the hair tie? Am I beating a dead horse here? Girlfriend, he was in 2 trash bags.
What do you mean?
I mean,
like trash. In the trash, when I tossed it in.
A normal trash can, like one of those that they pick up, the city picks up, or a bigger trash can, or what?
The bigger trash can, maybe.
Well, what kind of trash can were we talking about? There's different.
The bigger ones, I guess.
Okay. What color was the trash can?
Green. Weren't they all green?
So you just went and placed it inside or outside, or?
Inside.
Alrighty.
Alexis mentions that she used a hair tie to close the trash bag, but is persistent that it was broken. This is yet another inclination of Alexis hoping for leniency, which she will not receive from the detective. Detective Perez would later testify during trial that the hair tie Alexis claimed she had used was never recovered.
Let's talk about the tie that she put on it. She said she put a hair tie on it. She told you that, correct?
She did, correct.
So you were the one in charge of this entire investigation. Did you find the hair tie?
We did not locate a hair tie.
You did not locate it on the bag where the baby was found?
We did not.
What about in the rest of that dumpster? Was it in there?
Not that we could tell.
You couldn't tell. But it was not on that bag.
It was not inside the bag or on the bag.
So
Listen, crazy. No one's saying that the hair tie would have been his cause of death. By the grace of God, he survived. But suffocation in the 2 trash bags definitely shows an attempt to murder. What the hell does the hair... They're not going to stop with this hair tie thing.
Oh, she said, I put a hair tie. I don't think it stayed.
Right.
It broke.
That I don't know.
She said she thought it broke.
I can't testify to something that I did not witness. I don't know if it broke or if it didn't.
Okay, we're talking about what you testified to, which is everything she told you pretty much, right?
That was her statement to me, yes.
That was her statement to you. Okay, and you don't have any information to the contrary, do you?
Correct.
Okay.
The detective then catechized if she was fully aware of the repercussions of her decision and tries once again to understand but fails to find any sort of logical reasoning.
So, obviously, you're 18 years of age. You know right from wrong, right?
Right.
Okay. So, you wrap around a newborn inside a trash
In a
bag.
panic. I just turned 18.
Right,
It's
right.
not like I've been 18 forever.
Exactly. But you know, I mean, if somebody were to wrap you inside a trash can and put a tie on it and you're not able to move.
Well, the tie was broke. Like I would be able.
But the tie was broke. It's not like I've been 18 forever. So you're saying that because, well, nobody expects you to be. He's saying you know right from wrong. You knew at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, it was wrong to attempt to kill a baby. She knew that. It's not like I've been 18 forever. I mean, the tie was broke. I'm so glad that he hammers it home with her and says, but you do understand with the 2 trash bags around a baby that can't walk, can't fight for his life, which he did. It's a miracle he survived.
Able to stick my hand in there.
What do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So what do you think would have happened? You never notified law enforcement. You never called for EMS. You
I
never...
didn't, and I didn't. I'm still in.
What exactly? What do you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
You don't know what would have happened.
Well, I mean, obviously I know, but and I'm in a panic. There's a baby in front of me. I just.
Okay. You never notified your mom?
Never.
No, you never notified anybody.
Nobody.
Okay, so it's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did. What
do you mean?
It's not.
In a panic when I just turned 18.
Right. It still isn't though. We're talking about a baby.
Well, I know what you mean, but like, I get what you mean.
Okay. Let me take a small break. Okay? I'll be right back.
And my mom's coming here when you're gone.
Well, you're 18 years of age. Okay, so
I know.
unless you were juvenile, then that would change things. But give me just a minute. I'll be right back.
Not even while you're out of the room.
Let me see what I can do. Okay?
Not only does Alexis admit knowing what would happen had the child remained in the dumpster, but also admits to keeping it a secret, essentially telling the detective she had abandoned the child to succumb to the harsh environment. The detective reminds Alexis that she is an adult and capable of differentiating right from wrong, although the rational part of a teenager's brain isn't fully developed and won't be until the age 25. The detective decides to step out momentarily to acquire any follow-up questions he may need to ask. He returns with a more specific line of questioning, looking to elaborate further on times and locations, as well as her whereabouts the night of.
All right. back to where we left off. I appreciate you, telling me what happened and stuff. What did you do after the fact? I know. What time more or less was it? Do you remember? Do you recall?
Like 2:15 maybe, somewhere around that time.
Okay, that's when you dropped off the baby?
Somewhere, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. What did you do after the fact?
I drove around, continued to drive around.
Continue to drive around? To do what?
I don't know, just to clear to figure out what to do.
Okay. What else? I mean, where'd you go? Where'd you end up going? Where did you
I ended up going to my house.
You ended up going to your house? What did you do after?
When I went to my house, I just sat on my bed and I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, what to do.
At any point, did you make anybody aware of it?
No, I was still in shock.
Okay. Nobody found out? Nobody knew about it? Okay. Were your parents back home at the time? You were home alone? Okay. Did you seek any medical attention or no? Did you think about, what could have happened or what, could end up happening to the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said it was in Lubbock. Is it okay?
Okay. They'll be briefing me here as we go, so.
Okay. Now, it was said that she did drive around, but she went to get something to eat. She went to get something to eat. Can you imagine? And I know we can't. I'm just trying to paint a picture. She tosses the baby in the dumpster. We saw it. Tosses the baby in the dumpster. Then goes to get a big old belly full of Taco Bell. And then goes home. And acts like nothing happened. So after this interview, we're 34 minutes into it. She says, my mom said he's in Lubbock. She might have said it is in Lubbock. So now she's asking how he is. That should have been the first thing she asked is, how is my son?
I drove around, continued to drive around.
Continue to drive around? To do what?
I don't know, just to clear to figure out what to do.
Okay. What else? I mean, where'd you go? Where'd you end up going? Where did you
I ended up going to my house.
You ended up going to your house? What did you do after?
When I went to my house, I just sat on my bed and I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, what to do.
At any point, did you make anybody aware of it?
No, I was still in shock.
Okay. Nobody found out? Nobody knew about it? Okay. Were your parents back home at the time? You were home alone? Okay. Did you seek any medical attention or no? Did you think about, what could have happened or what, could end up happening to the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said it was in Lubbock. Is it okay?
Okay.
Is it okay? That's what I wanted to hear. My mom said it was in Lubbock. Is it okay? Now, she's still digesting the Nachos Bel Grande, probably, as she's sitting there. Still calling her son an it. My mom said it was in Lubbock. Is it okay?
They'll be briefing me here as we go. So last I heard, the baby's okay. Okay. So did it ever cross your mind to let anybody know, contact law enforcement, go back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in shock the whole time. When my parents got home, they just didn't tell them I was still in shock. I was just in my room.
You're in your room? Okay. Did you ever leave the home afterwards? Did you go anywhere?
No.
Did you talk to your parents?
Putting hot sauce on her nachos. In her crunchy gordita wrap. That's what she was doing.
when they got home?
Yeah, eventually, but I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. So your parents had no knowledge?
No knowledge, absolutely not.
And what if I were to tell you that they did have knowledge?
What do you
They
mean?
told me they did know about it. What would you say then?
How? Because I didn't even know.
Okay. You didn't know, but yesterday you found out?
I mean,
I would stack the charges on her. Okay? Besides the attempted murder, the child abuse, and the neglect, she is clearly lying to an officer. He knows she's lying to him.
what do you mean? Because I feel like we're talking about two different things, and it's not going well.
We're talking about a baby that was thrown in the trash like garbage, right? And it's a human being. That's what we're talking about.
My knowledge is when they found out was when the officer showed up at my house.
Okay, so I'm talking about the knowledge of you being pregnant, obviously.
Oh.
Because I know that you knew back when you found out you were pregnant, and it wasn't yesterday. That's what I know.
To God, it
okay, I don't, like I said, I don't go that route, but I know, and I do my investigation prior to even talking to you, and coming out here and interviewing you. Okay, as I told you, I'm not here to judge you. There's two sides to the story, but if you're gonna come and tell me that you found out you were pregnant yesterday, and I know that's a lie.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Then it changes things because I don't appreciate that.
You're right. I found out I was pregnant yesterday.
Okay.
Because I heard it.
I love that he's being gruff with her. He knows she's lying. He said, see, that changes everything. So we're back to I found out yesterday. Either way, when you gave birth, it wasn't poop. She knew that. The hair tie does not matter. I don't care what her defense attorney says. The fact that she put this beautiful baby boy inside of 2 hefty bags with a broken hair tie or whatever, that shows her attempt and what she wanted to happen. And now she's out. I consider her to be a danger to the public. I consider her to be a violent offender. So why she is out awaiting an appeal makes me sick. Violent criminals cannot be out in society.
The doctor showed me. I knew back in whenever, but I didn't know. Does that make sense? Like I was like, oh, it's whatever.
So you knew back whenever? When is this? What are we talking about?
Back in August.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit before that.
All right. So yesterday, whenever you went to the doctor, how far along did they tell you you were?
They didn't say.
They didn't tell you?
No.
Okay. So
that's how I didn't know it was coming today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
but she told the boyfriend in August that she had miscarried. She's a pathological liar.
So obviously, I'm not a girl. I'm a guy. But I know women have menstrual periods. So how can you not know?
I had my menstrual period every month.
Okay. So that never changed?
Never.
They always say that. They always say that. Not to get into anyone's business, but did anybody during their pregnancy ever spot? And spotting, and it probably scared you to death thinking you were going to miscarry. But there's a difference between spotting and a full-on cycle.
So, but you knew back in August?
I took 2. One was positive, one was negative. I took the negative. I didn't.
Okay. What about, as far as you gaining weight, any movement, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay.
Alexis claims she had taken 2 pregnancy tests, to which one was positive and one was negative. She would later testify on trial that she was simply following a trend on TikTok. Alexis also claims she continued to menstruate while she was pregnant. This is biologically impossible. The detective now begins to uncover discrete information that gives us insight in Alexis's unstable mindset. He also begins inquiring into the father and questions whether or not he had any influence in her decision.
So, back in June, you had an incident. I guess you ran away from home. Were you having?
I guess you could say ran away.
Okay, was it a result of this, and
No,
you having
no.
problems with?
It was a completely different matter.
Okay. So is this the father of your baby, the person you were having issues with, or you were sending messages to your mom, suicidal messages, saying that you were going to be with God, and cops were called out to your address in June? Is it, does this have to do? To me, it obviously.
It has nothing to do with him. Absolutely nothing.
This is not the person that is responsible for your baby, or I know there's a lot of questions I'm asking. I'm just trying to figure out. Like I said, I'm not here to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not a result of this.
He had nothing to do. Like it was.
Right. So it's not him. Is there somebody we need to talk to? I mean, did he do something to you?
No.
That would that would lead to this?
No.
Did he? No?
No.
Okay, but you do know who is the father of the baby. Yes. Okay, but he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind sharing his name?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell the last name? Do you happen to know his date of birth by chance?
I don't.
Sorry. Do you know more or less how old he is?
He's 16, 17. Okay. One of those.
16 or 17?
Yeah.
Y'all dated for how long?
About a year and a half.
Okay. So I'm assuming you met in school?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have to do a side-by-side, Alexi and Alexis. Let me tell you, because Casey, you're so right. We've been picking up the similarities between the 2 cases, both in New Mexico, both put babies, well, one in a dumpster, one in a trash can. Both said they didn't know they were pregnant. Both said they had their period the whole time. Both said they had to poop. Both said they had back pain. Casey, you're so right. Alexi and her mom did study this case. They had to have. Remember when Alexi's mom finds out about the baby in the trash can and says, "Alexi, baby, don't you know what happens to girls on the news who do this?" I'm going to put that in the works. Jen said, "Oh, please let me be in your video if you compare the 2. Definitely. You better believe it. You better believe it.
Do you mind me asking what happened, or what did y'all break up?
We broke up. We just wasn't working out.
Okay. When did y'all break up?
When?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even remember.
You don't remember? More or less? A year ago?
About August, I think.
Around August?
Yeah. Sometime when, like, the beginning of school.
Okay. So you said things weren't working out?
Yeah.
So obviously, if you know enough for you to tell me that he's obviously the father of your child, you should have known when you got pregnant, right?
Honestly, not really.
Not really. But you're able to tell me who it is, so you know.
Well, he was the only one I've ever been with.
A reasonable person would say that you knew when you got pregnant.
Not, with all due respect, not necessarily. Because, I mean...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just,
With all due respect, not necessarily. He's the only one I've been with. Okay. I love how she peppers in the with all due respect. You're sitting in an interrogation room in the corner with no windows because you put your newborn son in a dumpster. And you now have the lady balls to say, with all due respect, not necessarily.
You gave me information, obviously, but he didn't do anything as far as to lead you to do this? Did he? Nothing? Okay.
After questioning Alexis about the father of her child, the detective then makes one last attempt of trying to understand her reasoning before reconciling. Alexis then states she is more than capable of taking care of her child as school and finances weren't a problem. This closing conversation would also be highlighted during trial as Alexis soon asks for custody of her child.
Did you just think you would be better off without a child because you're too young?
No, wait. Sorry, go backtrack. What do you mean?
I'm trying to reason as far as
what is in my head? Or like what?
I'm trying to reason your actions. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, a reason behind your actions.
I knew I was too young, but I knew I would be able to do, like, I'm about to graduate school. School's not my worry. I have a stable job. Money's not a worry for me.
Okay.
So I would be able to, I if the baby's okay, I want it.
Okay. And what if I told you the baby was dead? What would change then?
Nothing.
All right.
He said, what if the baby's dead? What would change then? She said, nothing. Listen to her demeanor. What if I told you the baby was dead? What would change then? Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
After questioning Alexis about the father of her child, the detective then makes one last attempt of trying to understand her reasoning before reconciling. Alexis then states she is more than capable of taking care of her child as school and finances weren't a problem. This closing conversation would also be highlighted during trial as Alexis soon asks for custody of her child.
Did you just think you would be better off without a child because you're too young?
No, wait. Sorry, go backtrack. What do you mean?
I'm trying to reason as far as
what is in my head? Or like what?
I'm trying to reason your actions. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, a reason behind your actions.
I knew I was too young, but I knew I would be able to do, like, I'm about to graduate school. School's not my worry. I have a stable job. Money's not a worry for me.
Okay.
So I would be able to, I if the baby's okay, I want it.
If the baby's okay, I want it. She already said earlier in the interrogation, my mom said it was in Lubbock. If the baby's okay, I want it. Are you kidding me?
Okay. And what if I told you the baby was dead? What would change then?
Nothing.
This is a haunting question. What if I told you the baby was dead? What would that change? She said, nothing.
All right. What's a good phone where we can reach you at?
575. Would I be able to give you my mom's number, or do I have to give you mine since I'm over the age?
Your phone number, yeah, your stuff.
318.
All right. And again, I'm going to ask you, do you need any medical? I know You gave birth, obviously. It's not
Right.
something normal. It's not something you do every day. Do you need us to call an ambulance out here? I mean, my word is your well-being.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't feel the need, but I
mean, you're 18 years of age.
Right.
If anything, you can at least get checked out. It's up to you.
Would my mom be able to take me?
Yeah, that's completely up to you. I mean, I'm just asking you right now if you need somebody to come check you out.
Well, I prefer not here.
Okay.
But so maybe my mom could take me somewhere.
Okay. Perfect. Let me just take one last break and I'll be right back, okay?
And my mom still can't come in here.
Like I said,
Wait, you're not in here.
All right, I understand. Let me go talk to you.
Okay, we've seen this in other interrogations where they lay their head down. Jodi Arias is a prime example. And many behavioral scientists have pointed out that guilty people can go to sleep. It's innocent people that are on pins and needles. Now, the mom that she was scared of, yet she ran away from home, sent the threatening messages to her mother. Her mother called 911 when she got into it with the boyfriend at the quinceanera, which turned out to not be founded. She can call her mom for everything else, but didn't call her the day that she supposedly mistaked a baby for poop. And now she's got her head laying on the table.
We're good. Your mom's in number 2. I don't know if you want to go in there. And officers will come get you and see you, okay? All right.
Absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And to add insult to injury, again, a jury of her peers found her guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, sentenced her to 16 years. But now she is out awaiting her appeal. I think that little baby deserves better than that. He damn sure deserved better than a dumpster. Remember that the nearest safe haven was 4 minutes away from the dumpster. She made this choice, and it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Well, guys, we're going to have a 2-4 today. So I'm going to get the next show ready. Make sure your reminders are set to all so you get your notification. It should be in about an hour. And thank you for being here because you know I get real fired up about this stuff, and I know you guys do too. You can't tell me that women that give birth and throw their babies away are not violent offenders. They do not need to be out. Whether it's on an ankle monitor, going to college, going to the state fair, or locked in their room. Marisay said, wait, what? She's guilty and got 16 years and got out? Yep. Because she is awaiting an appeal. Never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. All right, guys, I'll see you back here in about an hour. And we definitely are going to do a side-by-side. Alexi and Alexis. It won't be today. It's going to take me a couple of days to get it together. But in the meantime, thank you, mods, because we know that this could have gone sideways real quick. We know that, just like every show. Thank you for being the best community and the best chat on the streets.